You know what I've realized lately? Sometimes we outgrow the pain, but our mind keeps replaying the story. We heal, but we don't update the version of ourselves that's living in our head. Today is a reminder that you are not your old story. You've evolved, even if parts of you still don't believe it yet. There was a moment recently that really made me stop and laugh at myself. I had a situation that on paper should have been simple, something that actually went right for once. But you know what I did? I braced myself for disappointment. I found myself expecting it to go wrong, even when I had no reason to think that. I actually caught myself thinking, of course something will happen. It always does. Then it hit me. This wasn't my present. This isn't my reality. This was my old story still playing out. That old version of me that had been conditioned to expect chaos, heartbreak, and failure. In that moment, I realized how much of my life I'd been living through old patterns. Even after all the healing and all the work I've done on myself, I still wasn't acting from who I am now. I was actually reacting from who I used to be. And that realization was really freeing because it reminded me I don't have to live that way anymore. I can notice it, take a deep breath, and choose a new response. I am not my old story, and neither are you. We form identities out of pain. The strong one, the quiet one, the fixer. And those versions really helped us get through certain situations. They helped us survive certain stages of our lives, but they're not who we're becoming. And you can still honor those old versions without letting them drive your life anymore. The person you had to be then is not the person you need to be now. Sometimes growth can feel really unfamiliar, and that is completely understandable. Peace feels awkward. Love feels suspicious. Rest can even feel uncomfortable at times, but that's because our nervous system is used to chaos and not calm. I really had to learn that discomfort is part of the process. That's a clear signal that you're moving out of that old version into your true self, shedding that old skin. You're actually meeting yourself without all that armor that you used to wear. And that can feel really strange, even scary at first. A couple of questions you can reflect on are, where am I still reacting from that old version of myself? You know, it can be at work, in your family dynamic, in your romantic relationship, with your friends, even with yourself. And what would it look like if I stopped apologizing for my growth? The thing is, it's not about erasing that old version because, like I said, they served their purpose. You know, they got you to where you are now. You learned how to adjust to your environment, your relationship dynamic, whatever it was. And when you embody that version for a long period of time, it starts to feel like who you truly are at your core. So to shake it off just feels unnatural. You've been this person for so long. How do I become someone else? And then growing into that new skin can feel like you're pretending, that's not really who you are. But it is. It's like practice makes perfect with anything. So easing into it, embodying it, speaking as her or him constantly, thinking as her or him constantly, eventually it will become your new version of self, a more balanced version, a more peaceful version. But it takes time to grow into that, feel into that new skin. So who are you now without that old story? Without the heartbreak, without the pressure, without the expectations? You might not have the full answer yet, and that's okay. You're just in the process of meeting yourself in a way you haven't before. Every day that you make choices that are different from your old story, in how you speak to yourself, how you protect your energy, how you show up. That's how transformation actually happens. Quietly, consistently, by showing up as the person you're growing into. What would it feel like to truly step into the person you're becoming, even if no one else notices yet? What part of your old story do you no longer need to carry? Put it down, let it go. Bit of Erykah Badu, bag lady, yeah? Put the bag down. Your story gets to change when you decide to write a new page. And you know what? You need to give yourself some credit because you've already survived. Yeah, let's get into it. You've already survived the plot twists that were meant to break you. Hello? Yeah. Still standing. You've proven to yourself that you can start again. So now you need to live like it. You are not your old story. You are the author of your life. This is a blank page. So grab your pen and start writing out exactly how this is going to go. On that note, this has been Real Talks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I will see you next week. And until then, give yourself permission to become someone new.